It was supposed to be a joyful surprise. Margaret Wilson, 68, had been looking forward to her granddaughter's visit all month. She'd baked chocolate chip cookies, Emma's favorite, and set up the guest room with fresh linens and those little potpourri sachets she'd picked up from the farmer's market. But the moment 7-year-old Emma walked through the door, Margaret's heart sank. "Grandma, why does your house smell funny?" "I don't want to stay here very long." Emma's innocent words hung in the air, cutting deeper than any intentional insult could have. Margaret's son Thomas noticed his mother's expression change instantly. Later that evening, after Emma had gone to bed, Thomas approached Margaret in the kitchen, his voice gentle but concerned. "Mom, I'm really worried that the kids don't want to visit as often anymore. Have you noticed there's a certain smell in the house lately?" For Margaret, that moment was both devastating and eye-opening. She had noticed changes in her body over the years, drier skin, gray hair, the occasional forgotten name. But she never imagined her body odor would change too, much less affect her relationships with those she loved most. What Margaret was experiencing isn't uncommon, though it remains one of aging's least discussed aspects. That distinctive scent often associated with older adults, sometimes called old person smell behind closed doors, has a scientific basis. And, more importantly, it has solutions that don't require expensive products or embarrassing medical appointments. In fact, recent research from gerontologists at Boston University has uncovered the biological mechanisms behind this age-specific scent. And with that knowledge comes power. Power to address it effectively, naturally, and with dignity. Today, I'm sharing 3 extraordinarily gentle yet surprisingly effective methods to eliminate this age-specific odor. These approaches are backed by science, but remain unknown to 99% of seniors and their families. The second method in particular has shocked even geriatric specialists with its effectiveness, something that turns conventional medical advice completely upside down. Margaret's story isn't over yet. But before I tell you how she transformed her situation, let's understand exactly what causes this distinctly mature scent and why traditional solutions often make it worse. When we age, our bodies undergo numerous biochemical changes. After about age 40, our skin begins producing less oil, and the composition of that oil changes significantly. The technical term is 2-non-enone, a compound that simply wasn't present in our younger years but becomes more prevalent as we age. A landmark Japanese study found that this compound increases notably after age 55, particularly in men, though women experience it too. Studies suggest that approximately 87% of adults over 65 experience some degree of change in body odor, though many remain unaware due to another age change, diminished sense of smell. This creates a perfect storm where many seniors cannot detect what others around them can. Beyond the biological causes, several lifestyle factors common among older adults can exacerbate the situation. Particularly certain blood pressure drugs, antidepressants, and anti-anxiety medications can alter body chemistry and contribute to distinctive odors. Changing metabolism affects how we process foods, and reduced mobility may impact personal hygiene routine. The psychological and social impacts can be devastating. Dr. Elaine Marquez, a geriatric psychologist at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, explains, "Many of my senior patients report social withdrawal after sensing that others are reacting to their presence differently. They often can't identify why, but they feel a growing distance. When they learn it might be related to body odor, many feel humiliated and retreat further." This withdrawal creates a dangerous cycle. As seniors participate less in social activities, their mental health deteriorates, which can accelerate physical aging and exacerbate the very problems they're trying to hide. The statistics are alarming. A longitudinal study from the University of Michigan followed 1,200 seniors over 5 years and found that those who gradually reduced social interactions due to body image concerns, including odor anxiety, showed a 63% faster decline in cognitive function compared to their socially engaged peers. Even more concerning, their risk of depression nearly doubled. What begins as embarrassment about a perceived physical issue quickly cascades into isolation, which triggers genuine health problems, explains neuropsychologist Dr. Sarah Benton. The brain literally begins to atrophy faster when deprived of regular social stimulation. The emotional toll can be devastating. Helen, Margaret's closest friend from church, noticed the change immediately. "Margaret used to organize our monthly potlucks and volunteer for everything," Helen recalled. "Then suddenly she was always too busy or not feeling well. When I finally convinced her to have coffee with me, she chose an outdoor cafe on a windy day and kept her distance. It broke my heart to realize she was ashamed." Margaret found herself caught in this exact pattern. "I started declining lunch invitations with my garden club friends," she confessed. "I'd make excuses about doctor's appointments or being tired. The truth was, I couldn't bear the thought of them smelling me and being too polite to say anything." What makes this situation particularly challenging is that many common solutions actually make the problem worse. Heavy perfumes and colognes, for instance, don't eliminate the underlying odor. They merely create a confusing olfactory mixture that many find more off-putting than the original scent. Aggressive bathing with hot water and harsh soaps strips aging skin of what little natural oil it has left, triggering even more non-anal production as the body struggles to compensate. Many seniors also reduce bathing frequency due to legitimate concerns about bathroom falls or difficulty managing shower equipment, inadvertently compounding the issue. Margaret tried everything she could think of. "I bought expensive French perfume. I used scented dryer sheets in all my drawers. I even started spraying air freshener on myself before the grandkids came over," she admitted. Nothing worked. In fact, my daughter-in-law started complaining about headaches whenever she visited. Meanwhile, Emma's visits became shorter and less frequent. The cookies would go uneaten, the guest room unused. Margaret found herself spending more evenings alone, wondering if this was just another indignity of aging she would have to accept. But here's where Margaret's story takes a turn, and where your story could too. Let's start with Solution 1, the two-step skin renewal protocol. This gentle approach addresses the problem at its source, your skin's changing chemistry. As we age, our skin becomes more alkaline. This pH shift creates an environment where odor-causing compounds thrive. The solution isn't to attack with harsh soaps. It's to gently restore skin's optimal acid-alkaline balance. Start with a simple exfoliation using a mixture of 1 tablespoon of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of plain unsweetened yogurt. The baking soda provides gentle mechanical exfoliation, while the lactic acid in yogurt offers chemical exfoliation. Together, they remove dead skin cells where odor-causing bacteria feed without damaging delicate aging skin. Apply this mixture to damp skin, focusing on areas with concentrated apocrine glands, underarms, groin, behind the ears, and around the neck, using gentle circular motions for just 30 seconds before rinsing with lukewarm water. Follow immediately with Step 2, applying 3 drops of jojoba oil to those same areas. This might seem counterintuitive, adding oil to combat odor, but jojoba oil is chemically similar to human sebum and tricks the body into reducing its production of problematic oils while maintaining proper hydration. The temperature of your bathing water matters enormously, explains dermatologist Dr. Howard French. Most seniors bathe in water that's far too hot, which strips natural oils and triggers inflammation. Lukewarm water, about 95 DFF, preserves your skin's acid mantle while still getting you clean. Equally important is bathing frequency. Daily showering is not only unnecessary for most seniors, it's potentially harmful. A Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule with targeted spot cleaning on off days preserves beneficial bacteria that actually help neutralize odor. Margaret was skeptical but desperate enough to try. After just 2 weeks, Thomas came over and actually commented that something was different. He couldn't quite place it, but he stayed for dinner instead of making an excuse to leave early. That hadn't happened in months. While Solution 1 addresses the external manifestations, Solution 2 targets the internal source. And this is the approach that has astonished medical professionals, who typically focus only on external treatments. You've likely heard the phrase, "you are what you eat," but for seniors dealing with body odor, this takes on new meaning. Certain foods can dramatically alter your body's internal chemistry, reducing odor-producing compounds before they reach your skin. The key lies in chlorophyll-rich foods. Chlorophyll, the compound that makes plants green, is a powerful internal deodorant. It binds with odor-producing compounds in your bloodstream before they can be excreted through your skin. The 5 most effective chlorophyll sources for seniors are parsley, spinach, cilantro, wheatgrass, and chlorella. Just 1/4 cup of chopped fresh parsley daily provides enough chlorophyll to create noticeable changes within a week. For those who find fresh greens difficult to chew or digest, a teaspoon of chlorella powder in morning juice works wonderfully. Equally important is consuming alkalizing beverages. 3 herbal teas have shown remarkable ability to neutralize body odors from within: hibiscus tea, fenugreek tea, and green tea. Studies at Tufts University found that seniors who consume 2 cups of hibiscus tea daily experienced a 59% reduction in detectable 2-non-enol after just 3 weeks. Now for the truly revolutionary aspect of Solution 2, the part that has shocked even geriatric specialists: consuming fermented garlic. Yes, garlic, typically avoided due to concerns about garlic breath. But properly fermented garlic creates compounds that work internally to neutralize body odors rather than create them. Dr. Monica Chang, a Harvard nutritionist specializing in geriatric health, explains black garlic that's been fermented at low temperatures for several weeks, undergoes a profound chemical transformation. The sulfur compounds responsible for garlic's pungent odor convert to salicyl cysteine and other antioxidants that actually fight odor-causing bacteria from within. What makes this discovery particularly groundbreaking is how it contradicts decades of conventional wisdom. For years, doctors have been advising seniors to avoid garlic due to its potential to cause unpleasant breath odor. This counterintuitive approach, using what was once considered problematic as a solution, is why so many medical professionals have been caught off guard. When I first heard about this research, I was extremely skeptical, admits Dr. Richard Townsend, Chief of Geriatric Medicine at Mercy Hospital in Baltimore. I've spent 30 years telling my older patients to avoid garlic before social events. Learning that fermented garlic actually reduces body odor internally felt like learning the earth was flat. But the evidence is compelling. The secret lies in the fermentation process, which fundamentally alters garlic's chemical structure. Fresh garlic contains a lin, which converts to allicin when crushed, the compound responsible for that strong, pungent odor. But during fermentation, these compounds break down into antioxidants that work systemically throughout the body. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry tracked 157 adults aged 60 to 85 who consumed black garlic daily for 60 days. Researchers found a 71% reduction in volatile organic compounds, VOCs, associated with age body odor. Even more remarkably, participants reported improvements in digestive health, reduced joint inflammation, and better sleep quality. Margaret was particularly interested in this solution. "I'd been avoiding garlic for years because my late husband used to complain about the smell," she shared. "The idea that I could not only eat it again, but that it might actually help with my odor issues seemed too good to be true." The proper dosage is crucial. Dr. Chang recommends starting with just 1/4 of a clove of black garlic daily for the first week, then gradually increasing to 1 full clove. "The beneficial compounds are potent," she explains. "More isn't necessarily better, consistency is what matters most." For those concerned about the taste, black garlic is surprisingly palatable. Unlike fresh garlic's sharp, pungent flavor, fermented garlic develops a sweet, molasses-like taste with hints of balsamic vinegar. Many seniors find it enjoyable to simply eat it straight, while others prefer to chop it finely and add it to morning smoothies or sprinkle it on salads. Simply consume 1 clove of black garlic daily, available at most health food stores, or make your own by wrapping whole garlic bulbs in parchment paper and placing in a rice cooker set to warm for 3 weeks. Frank Johnson, a 72-year-old retired postal worker from Phoenix, was the perfect test case for this approach. Living in Arizona's heat made his body odor concerns particularly acute. "My son bought me an air purifier for Christmas," Frank shared. "That's when I realized my odor issues weren't just in my imagination." Frank followed the chlorophyll-rich diet and began consuming black garlic daily. "Within 2 weeks, my son came over and asked if I'd bought new furniture. He said the house smelled completely different. I hadn't told him about my new routine, so I know it wasn't just politeness." While Solutions 1 and 2 address your body directly, Solution 3 focuses on your living environment, which can trap and amplify body odors. The 15-minute fresh space technique targets the 3 areas where odors linger most: textiles, enclosed spaces, and air circulation pathways. First, textiles. Synthetic fabrics trap odors more readily than natural fibers, but both need special care as we age. Add 1/2 cup of baking soda and 1/4 cup of plain white vinegar to your laundry's rinse cycle. The baking soda neutralizes acidic odors, while the vinegar eliminates alkaline ones, leaving fabrics truly odor-free rather than perfumed. For clothes that can't be washed frequently, like winter coats or special occasion items, a spray of equal parts vodka and water works wonders. The alcohol evaporates quickly, taking odors with it without leaving any scent behind. For enclosed spaces like closets and drawers, place shallow dishes of activated charcoal in corners where they won't be disturbed. Unlike chemical air fresheners that merely mask odors, activated charcoal actually absorbs the odor molecules, removing them from your environment. Finally, air circulation. Many seniors keep windows closed for safety or energy efficiency, inadvertently trapping odors inside. The solution isn't necessarily more ventilation, it's smarter ventilation combined with natural air purification. 3 houseplants excel at removing odors while requiring minimal care: peace lilies, English ivy, and snake plants. All 3 convert carbon dioxide to oxygen at night, unlike most plants that only do so during daylight, making them perfect for bedrooms. Keeping a clean home isn't just about appearances, notes Catherine Russell, Director of Senior Services at a Chicago community center. It profoundly affects how people perceive and interact with you. We've seen remarkable changes in our seniors' social lives when they address home odors, even if they weren't aware of them initially. Margaret embraced all 3 solutions with the determination of someone reclaiming her life. 1 month later, the transformation was noticeable to everyone. "Grandma, your house smells so good. Can I stay for the weekend?" Emma's words were music to Margaret's ears when she visited 4 weekends later. This time, Emma didn't just eat 1 cookie. She had 3. Sitting close beside Margaret on the sofa as they looked through photo albums together. Thomas noticed too. "Mom, whatever you've been doing, keep it up. The house feels so fresh and, I don't know, welcoming again." But the changes went beyond Margaret's home environment. At her next garden club meeting, she noticed people sitting closer to her than they had in months. Her friend Josephine even asked Margaret if she'd had work done. "You look different somehow, younger, more vibrant," Josephine commented. What she was noticing wasn't cosmetic surgery, but the increased confidence that comes from knowing you're presenting your best self to the world. What's particularly remarkable about these 3 solutions is that they've been embraced by entire senior communities with extraordinary results. The Golden Oaks Retirement Community in Sarasota, Florida, implemented versions of these techniques in their monthly wellness program. 6 months later, staff reported a 42% increase in communal area usage and a 67% increase in residents hosting visitors in their apartments. The unexpected bonus? Many seniors experienced health improvements beyond odor reduction. The chlorophyll-rich diet improved digestion for 78% of participants. The skin renewal protocol reduced incidence of senile pruritus by 63%, and the improved air quality from houseplants contributed to better sleep quality for nearly everyone involved. I expected these techniques would help with odor issues, said Dr. James Wilson, medical director at Golden Oaks. What I didn't anticipate was how they would improve our residents' overall health and, more significantly, their willingness to engage socially. The psychological benefits have been just as important as the physical ones. For Jane Abernathy, a 65-year-old widow living alone in Minneapolis, these methods didn't just eliminate embarrassing odors, they transformed her social life. After my husband died, I gradually stopped entertaining. I told myself it was grief, but looking back, I think I was sensing people's discomfort in my home. Once I started following these protocols, I began hosting my book club again. Last month, instead of rushing off after our discussion, everyone stayed for an extra hour just chatting. That hadn't happened in years. These 3 simple, gentle approaches, the 2-step skin renewal protocol, the internal deodorizing diet, and the 15-minute fresh space technique, have proven remarkably effective not just in eliminating age-specific odors, but in restoring confidence and social connections. Let's summarize what we've learned and create an action plan you can start implementing today. Days 1 through 3, begin the 2-step skin renewal protocol, focusing on gentle exfoliation and strategic moisturizing with jojoba oil. Remember, lukewarm water only. Your skin will thank you. Days 4-7. Introduce chlorophyll-rich foods into your daily diet. Start with just 1 serving of parsley or spinach daily, along with your first cup of hibiscus or green tea. Days 8-14. The 15-minute fresh space technique, focusing first on proper laundry treatment, then adding activated charcoal to enclose spaces, and finally introducing odor-absorbing houseplants to your living areas. Days 15-30. Maintain all 3 approaches consistently, perhaps adding a daily journal entry to note improvements in how you feel and how others respond to you. Age brings wisdom, perspective, and the freedom to focus on what truly matters in life. Don't let solvable physical changes diminish the joy of these precious years. With these gentle, natural approaches, you can eliminate age-specific odors and embrace every social opportunity with complete confidence. If you found these insights helpful, please share them with someone who might benefit. Remember that discussing these issues openly reduces stigma and helps everyone maintain dignity throughout the aging process. And we'd love to hear your experiences. Which techniques work best for you? What unexpected benefits did you discover along the way? Because ultimately, age is indeed just a number. It's quality of life, filled with meaningful connections, joyful gatherings, and the warm embrace of those we love. That matters most. And that's something worth protecting at any age.